By late October, Georgia mountain hardwoods are magnificent. Copper, gold, yellow, orange, red, scarlet, maroon, and lingering shades of green dominate. There's even some purple mixed in. The color usually begins high on ridgetops and descends slopes and draws. It first shows in the high canopy and then the understory. It is staggered over several months, its denouement marked by an ephemeral carpet of color on the forest floor. The hues are a bit overwhelming. There are so many hardwood species that distinguishing between poplars and gums, sourwood and dogwood, hickories, oaks, and walnuts is difficult. Here are a few features that should help you identify 10 trees that stand out in autumn. Number 1, witch hazel. This small tree is the last to bloom in North Georgia each calendar year. Last year, this copse on Johns Mountain, just above Cowan Falls, was in full bloom on December 21st, just hours before the winter solstice. Witch hazel leaves, with wavy edges, are distinctive in spring and summer. By October they fall, and in November and December the festive flowers, twisted like yellow confetti, show off. Number 2, flowering dogwood. This iconic southern tree is known for its showy April flowers. By late summer its red berries stand out. In October, next spring's flower buds are evident. The leaves begin to color, usually deep matte red that may approach purple. The bark of this small contorted tree stands out in a pattern of little blocks. It is found throughout the state. Number 3, Nut Hickory. It is a large, attractive forest tree with compound leaves. Each leaf usually has 5 leaflets. The only other hickory with 5 leaflets is shagbark. You can easily distinguish the two because pignut bark is dark and hard and tight, while shagbark bark is rigid, gray, and exfoliates in strips. Pignut leaves, like most other hickories, turn bright gold or yellow. It is found throughout the state. Sparkleberry is a member of the blueberry family, and it is found throughout the state. This small tree or bush bears small purple-black berries that are among the last fruit to ripen each year. They taste like slightly sweetened grit. Sparkleberry has smooth bark that exfoliates and flowers like clusters of miniature bells that bloom in May. The dainty leaves begin to turn red, orange, or purple in October. The berries ripen in the fall and sometimes linger well into winter, dried but still gritty and subtly sweet. Number 5, common persimmon is a small to medium-sized tree with glossy green leaves that usually turn yellow. Its distinguishing feature is its fruit, a berry that ripens into extraordinarily sweet treats. An old saying that persimmons don't ripen until first frost is untrue. I've eaten them as early as late August, though October is the peak season. When ripe, the fruit is nearly translucent pink or orange, and the woody cap separates easily. If you have to tug the cap, don't eat the fruit. It is highly astringent, so it puckers the mouth. Number 6, sassafras leaves come in 3 shapes: pitchfork, mitten, and elliptical. The leaves and stems, when crushed, release a pleasant citrus smell, and tea is made from the bark and roots. The leaves turn yellow or pale orange-pink in autumn. This species is common throughout Georgia, favoring fence rows and sometimes growing in dense colonies. Number 7, shining sumac sometimes grows in colonies like this roadside stand. It has alternate compound leaves that usually turn bright scarlet or burgundy in late September and early October, offering some of the season's first color, along with sourwood and black gum. It is found throughout the state. Number 8, sweet gum thickly colonizes old fields, but in the forest becomes a large tree. It is found throughout the state except in the highest elevations. In autumn, the unique 5-pointed star-shaped leaves turn a variety of colors from yellow to red to deep purple, and the characteristic green seed balls turn brown. Number 9, the bark of sourwood is hard and deeply furrowed. Its leaves are glossy with prominent midribs on the underside. The midribs have tiny bristles. If you're sure it's a sourwood leaf, bite into the midrib and savor the pleasantly acidic taste. In fall, the sweeping flower stalks have dried. Sourwood is one of the first hardwoods to change color, its leaves turning deep maroon or burgundy in September or October. It is found through the northern half of the state. Number 10, the leaves of red maple, a medium-sized forest tree, turn either red or yellow. Most other tree species are consistent, always turning the same color. This one on Taylor's Ridge turned ruby red in 2020. A year later, it was dark yellow. A year after that, it was orange red. The variation is caused by the presence or absence of anthocyanin. When present, the leaf will turn red, otherwise it turns yellow. Science isn't sure why anthocyanin is or isn't present in a given red maple each year. Red maple has smooth or somewhat scaly bark. This tree is common throughout the state. Some of these trees are common, some not so much, but they are among the species that stand out in autumn because of their color, flowers, or fruits. Do you have any in your yard, neighborhood, or along a favorite hiking trail? Take a look and have fun. Thank you for watching this Georgia Backroads program.